Time and on to the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. In motion goes the tight end. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. We'll call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up fourth down now. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he fields it cleanly. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A 71-yard punt return.
And the Bengals extend their lead yet again.
And as soon as they hand a rookie his playbook, they say you better make your mark on special teams if you want to hang around. I'd say returning one for a touchdown will definitely leave a memory.
Yeah, that's a pretty indelible mark here early on in his career.
McPherson on for the point after.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there.
Kevin McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
This return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
And out come the Dolphins now.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Back to throw. Looks. Pressure comes, and down he goes.
Demetrius Knight
Picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, that O-line, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Fielded just inside the 30. Able to slither by. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48.
Can.
And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. Now he's into the clear again.
And he will take it all in for a Bengals touchdown.
Chase Brown, 51 yards. And the Bengals have got it on cruise control.
So, man, another touchdown. They're looking at the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
19 Tiger. Ready,
They'll
go.
send Waddle in motion left.
Off the play fake. Hooks. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This ball nearly intercepted. Oh, once-in-a-season chance for the big fella, but he couldn't corral it. 4th down, straight ahead.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
There's a look at receiver Jamar Chase as the Bengals get set to go on offense.
A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers,
Absolutely.
though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way, and he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover.
Throw left side complete to Chase. Into space at the 45. He may go.
And he will take it all in for a Bengals touchdown.
Jamar Chase,
An 80-yard touchdown.
and the Bengals get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. And McPherson on for the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Dolphins offense returning to the field.
And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out in the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
Here we go, here we go. 70, Timber Wolf.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
Get it.
Looking to throw. Hooks. In trouble, and he's taken down. Shamar Stewart getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right on the 30. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 1.
Right, 80. Stop.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
12, 12, 12. Stop.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Open man is Chase, complete. There he goes again. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Jamar Chase, 41 yards. And the Bengals just continue to roll. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. How can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin at the 35-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Back to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. And he'll be
Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And on 4th down, honors the punt team, sending this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like empty the bucket?
Fighting through it. He's got space. Brown with his stick skills. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 34.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. Oh, good move. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengals lead. Chase Brown, 33 yards. And the Bengals are pouring it on. Boy, missed tackles continuing to plague this defense, and they surrender another big play and a touchdown here.
Yeah, by my count, at least 2 guys had shots at it, maybe even more than that. But this defense, they looked out of sorts all game long. That was definitely not one of their better efforts right there.
McPherson now for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Trey Hendrickson in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
And we'll see what he can do on the return. Shifts by him. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A good head-down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at the 45.
Let's get set. Ready? Right up. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. Stop.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Gets past one man. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
This is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go. Stop. Right 80. Right shot. 12, 12, 12. Stop.
Now it's Burrow. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
11 MT, 11 MT. Here we go. Stop.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Now he's going to step up and run. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Burrow on his toes that time as they get the 1st down.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Gotta go.
And now they're in the hurry-up.
That's another Bengals 1st down. 1st and goal.
Now it's Burrow. Staying on his feet. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
A loss of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 13-yard line.
11 Thomas. Stop.
They'll look to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
He'll try and do this himself, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Burrow. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Bengals take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal.
The defense was almost too good on that play. They took away all of his targets. The one thing they forgot, to account for him as a runner, and he's able to tuck it and go for the end zone and get it done.
McPherson on for the point after.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it was Joe Burrow who took it himself for the touchdown run.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. From the 25, here's a second down and 9.
At the 25-yard line.
He'll look to throw.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
This is taken at about the 14. Into the juke.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field.
He's hoping to take what has been a good game here and make it a great game. But so far, solid, and we're still in the 3rd quarter.
And there's nothing wrong with solid. You want to be that. You want to be reliable. You want to be a guy that puts your team in a position to have a chance to win. And that's what we're seeing from him. There's also that added element that maybe it can become a little bit more as this game goes on.
We'll try to make it more here on this drive.